Hello Space Engineers, Wellington6012 here, and welcome to episode number 11 of my tutorial series. How's everybody today? Hope you are good. Let's just get straight into it, because a fair bit to do, I feel. So first of all, where we left off last time, being digging some silver out of the ground. Not talking about the module comparison thing we did. I have rolled back the save after that, the module stuff I did, so we're back in time prior to that. Yeah, so I've got some silver now processed. Now the reason why I wanted that is that the two main things that you need silver, that silver is used for, is reactor components, which also require gravel. They're just about the only thing that uses gravel. So you just do need to keep that in mind when you get rid of the gravel, because it's normally a waste product, which we actually will deal with today. We will get rid of it. But the other thing is the medical components is really the other key thing. There's also the gravity generator that uses silver as well. But medical components is definitely the first thing that you're going to use silver for, pretty much. And again, is one of those natural sort of bottlenecks in the game. So now that we have some silver, it's great. We can make some medical components. So let's jump over into the large blocks and we'll find a medical station, because that's what I want to make. So there's two variants here. They both need the same stuff. One's just a cosmetic change. So that's just rapidly processing, which is good. Let's jump into the G menu and we will load up the medical room. That's what it's called, medical room. So we've got this one here. I like to have it sort of a nice white colour. And yeah, this is the original one. I was trying to bring it close, it didn't work. That's the original one. And there is also a cosmetic upgrade. Well, it's slightly cosmetic, mostly cosmetic. This one comes as part of the decoration downloadable content pack, a decoration pack 3, I think it is. So you will need that DLC to use this one. The difference with this one is one of the key things is it's got the connectors, the conveyor ports at the back, whereas on the original it's top and bottom. So pros and cons to that. It does look pretty cool, this. I actually prefer not to use it because I do struggle with actually hitting the right recharge point, and I end up going into the changing room by accident. You don't know what those are, but I'll show you momentarily. Okay, so let's make this. And yeah, quite a few parts in there, so we need to take 2 attempts. So put you there. Rest of the stuff. More stuff. More stuff. The medical components are quite large, physically large, so it does take a couple of trips. Right, but we have everything now. And here we go. So this is a lot quicker. That's very good timing. This is a lot quicker to recharge than the original survival kits. It's like 5 times quicker, so real quick. Again, all the same functionality in regards to respawn point and health and recharging. It does not have any production facilities in it, so you cannot produce anything in this. Just a little bit of an oddity, it does have an access port on here, but you can't actually get stuff out of it. There's no inventory, so this should really be a conveyor port. So when I say conveyor port, I'm talking about one of these ports that you can't access rather than one of these ports. So it's just it's an oddity in the design of the game. But yeah, so that's there, and as I say, it's really quick. We've got this thing as well. But before I go into there, let's go over and get this unknown signal, which I just turned on for reasons. And I'll also grab some cobalt while I'm over there, because I feel like we need some more of that for some things that we're doing. How much have we got in here? We have... Okay, well, we've actually got a bit. But we'll go get some more. We'll go get some more. It'll be useful to have. Yeah, we'll take this flying thing. Okay. That's good. And where's the button? Okay, it's not the button on the top. It's the one underneath. We're going to have to do some shenanigans here. Just go there. Give it a bit of a huff and roll it over. Yep. Come on, roll over. Oh, got it. Ah. Oh, nearly. Right. And yeah, rainbow grinder. So this is a special content I was talking about last time. We got one of these way back in like episode 1 or 2, I think it was. So why this is relevant today is because of that changing room that's in the medical bay. So yeah, let me just grind the rest of this down and oh, plushie! Yay! And then I'll just quickly go and get some cobalt while we're over here as well. Right, back safe and sound. What's up, man? That is. Go and lock and recharge. Cool. Okay, so that's that. Let's just dump the parts out of my inventory. So I did swap the things over, so it was only cobalt in the cargo on board the ship. We'll come back to that plushie right now. So yeah, the plushie, when it's in your inventory, it's a component. But plushie is also a block, a small grid block. Plushie, there it is. So what we can do is we can actually build the plushie on our rover. So where should we put him? We might just put him up the top there, I think. Good spot. And yeah, so one plushie block requires one plushie component to be able to build it. It's the same with the Saberoid, so that's another one that you can get. Cool, okay, so that's that. Let's now look at this again. So again, this does have 3 functions. It does not have the production, but it does have the respawn and it does have the recharge. And the third function on here that Survival Kit doesn't have is the wardrobe. So this is for customizing your player. So if I jump in here, you can see we've got different options. So we can go between a male and a female astronaut. And then we've got a whole lot of suits, different suits. Now, some of these you get like we got our, I think it was a Badger tool or something, wasn't it? Some of these you get through those unknown signals as special content, which is only available through the Steam sort of interface, so only on PC. Unfortunately, the unknown signals and the special content that comes with the unknown signals is not available on console. But there are plenty of other customizable ones which are potentially part of DLCs. So you can see I've got quite a few hide duplicates that'd help. So yeah, you can see there's quite a few different ones. They're not really telling me that they're it's part of a DLC, but they are updates. For instance, this one here, the tuxedo, that came out with the 10-year anniversary. It was a special sort of 10-year anniversary gift for space engineers. So yeah, there's a whole lot. As I say, some you find, some you get as part of DLC, and some just come as part of other updates as well. So that's that. There's a whole recycling thing. I'm not going to go into it. You just have a play around with it. There's your color change as well. For me, I just basically, for Wellington 6012, it's the red suit. For my alter ego, Future Wellington, it's the blue suit. And yeah, so I just that's enough for me to try and figure out. I'm not generally in third person or playing multiplayer. I mean, I sometimes, but generally speaking, I'm first person, so suit color isn't super important to me personally. But yeah, nice little function there. So you don't need a medical bay to access the wardrobe. There is also, you can access the same menu via the character option in the main settings screen. So yeah, you don't need to have silver and build one of these things. You can actually get that in the main screen. Just what I was talking about before, I might just quickly jump into creative. And the other one, which I had up to about, didn't I? Yep, the other one here. I'll just explain what I'm sort of talking about. Just try and paste the thing. It's just not. There we go. So this is quite a big target for me to get and use, whereas this is a comparatively small target. Thing is, when I come in from this angle, or particularly around the corner like this, I try and grab it, but what I end up doing is going into the wardrobe by accident. So for me, I do like this, but practically speaking, I never use it because I just find it really annoying with, yeah, as I say, particularly coming from this angle, thinking I'm recharging, and I jump into that. Whereas over here, you just really can't do that. You know, you can sort of get it from pretty much everywhere. So just something that I thought I'd point out, and why I don't, one of those habits that I've got. So that's cool. Get rid of that. Let's just have a look at power. So I'm actually going to be able to get rid of this okay now, so that's useful. Yeah, we'll break it down. Okay, I'll come back to that. Pretty much, I'm going to break it down and use it for my orbital ship, which will be next episode. Let's just have a look at the batteries, because now we are processing some cobalt. Yeah, so they are running kind of a little bit low, and I'm about to make a mining ship, so I'll need to recharge the batteries on that. So what I might do is, I was just looking before, and we've got these event controllers, which are kind of surplus to requirements, so I'm going to move those. I'm going to put them down here. And are you... I don't know if you're attached or not. I might just reinforce that temporarily. Yeah, I'm just going to put them down here and just do some programming with them in order to be able to switch the hydrogen engine on and off when we get to a certain amount of batteries. Let's just leave that with me for a minute or two. Right, so I've recycled these event controllers, and so what happens with this is when one of the batteries drops below 20%, then it will turn on the hydrogen engine, and over this one here, when the battery gets above 40%, it will turn off the hydrogen engine. So that's just a good way of having a bit of a safety thing, an automated management of your batteries. So yeah, chances are if it gets down to 20%, then it's because it's using power, and the hydrogen engine will pretty much keep up with what it needs. And then when it's not doing anything, these will pretty much take care of it. So yeah, that's just a bit of a power system that I use. So plan from here is I'm going to turn the camera off for a while, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a drill ship, a mining ship, so we can get some bulk iron ore specifically. I'm not going to really do that as part of the tutorial. I'll certainly show it to you at the end, but I'm not going to show you building it, because I want to get onto building infrastructure here. So some cargo storage, sorters to help with the inventory management. So I'm really going to go through that. We've already built a flying vessel. We've built a rover. Next episode we'll be building a shuttle to get up into space. So I feel like I don't need to go through the process of building a drill ship. I'll just show you the finished thing momentarily. For you, it'll be a while for me. But just looking at the inventory, yeah, because we're getting a bit low on iron, so I really need to yeah, get some bulk stuff. So really it's about ramping up production at the moment. So in regards to that, what I'll do is I'll just go into the production. I'm just going to build some stuff. So power cells for batteries. If we go into here, small grids, thrusters, so large 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna need small ones. I think I'm gonna need like 6 of those. Are they the small ones? Or no, they were the small ones. So I think 6 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably need like 10 of those ones. Without even trying really. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at, and I think I will also just do a few construction components, more steel, these small steel tubes, and that should be right for the time being. So that's going to, whoops, jumped out of it, that's going to use a fair bit of my iron, almost half of it, and then it'll take a while to process, and that's not going to be everything, but you can certainly see the value of having these options here with the advanced assembler. It's not just speed, it's convenience. It really is good to upgrade to that. So yeah, so that's going to take a while to process. This will take me a while to build, so maybe just leave this with me for a while, and I'll come back when the mine is done and show you that, and then we'll get on with, as I say, expanding this base with some key infrastructure. Alright, very much becoming very low on the iron, and running out of pretty much everything. Everything was made to order. But I have finished off the mining ship. So there we go. That's what I sort of came up with. Let's jump in and head over to the iron mine, and we can admire it along the way. I haven't actually had a decent look at it in third person, so let's do that now. And yeah, so that's cool. I did just put that light, oh no, I put all the light panels on. So the idea with those is that they were for illumination inside when we eventually get inside something. So yeah, so that's my drill ship. A little bit of detail there with the blue blocks, but pretty much, yeah, there's not too much surplus stuff on here. Just a simple cockpit, a couple of gyros. There is an event controller in there that when the drills are full, it will turn them off. But other than that, it is what it is. So, ejectors at the back as well, so that's the thing. And yeah, 4 very large thrusters, because I don't want to be underpowered for lift. Don't think I will be, because it's very quick to lift off. Yeah, I was wondering if I could get away with 2, but yeah. The side thrust is probably a little bit lacking, but it's not too bad. Lots of back thrust and forward thrust, particularly the back thrust. I mean, I'm just wondering if that's even enough, whether we need some more in there, but we'll just play it by ear, see how it goes. The reason is that when you're sort of, you know, welding, drilling like that, you know, you kind of need to be able to have it up on its nose pretty much. Certainly when you've got a load of stuff on as well is a consideration. So yeah, drill ships, you do need to put the power on them, that's for sure. So let's head over here and press number 6 to use the mouse button, so I can right click and destroy. And I think if I just head down, I mean, I know I can put the ore detector on, but I think if we go down here, and I'll just go into here and turn those on, so that they have, so the sorters, which we will cover very shortly actually on the main base, those are the sorters, and they act as a bit of a filter, a valve that only lets stone through, so that's what we're doing there, which I think we talked about when we did our first drill ship. There we go, sweet iron. Let's just clear out of it. So now we should be able to just start drilling. We'll turn you on. And yep, there we go. Dumping the stone. Marvellous. Right, so hopefully they're doing the business. Oh, look, they are pretty much. Oh, look how quickly we're filling up. Look how quickly. I'd say that iron is very red today. Maybe it's just my screen settings or something. Very good. Just make sure. Okay, so we're just about there. It should hopefully turn off automatically. And just, yes. The system works. Okay, I might just try and line it up a bit just as we come out. A little bit more digging. Right, so we'll head back and process all this, and then we can sort of get going with some infrastructure. Very good. So my observation is that Yes, when it's empty, it has lots of upthrust, but when it's full, it doesn't. So I don't think I've overdone that at all. So that's good news. So the other thing was power. Let's just have a look at power. Depleted in 12 minutes, so that's because the refinery really kicked in. I did do like about 3 lots of ice in the rover, so that's been a thing. Right, so what I might do is, I just think I'm kind of in the mood. I will just finish off this landing pad with some more things around it, and then we'll get on with some other infrastructure. Stand by. Okay, so that's all nicely done. Okay, so let's get on with putting in, expanding our conveyor system and storage system, and putting in some sorters to help manage our inventory. And yeah, so first of all, I'll just put some things into production because I need things. So let's go and find a sort. What do you want? I can spot a large cargo container. We need one of those. And a sorter. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. And let's also make some conveyor. I'll make 10 of those. So I'm just holding the control button down as I click that. And just a regular cargo container. Yeah. Okay, so that's a whole lot of stuff produced in there. We need iron, but we've got 40,000 processed, so that's very good. Might have to find some gold at some point and put yield modules on there. I think that would probably be wise. But yeah, so I'm going to go through the process. This is not generally how I would actually do it. Yeah, hang on, let me just put some things in place and then I can sort of maybe talk while I'm welding. Yeah, so I was looking at it before and I think I want to put a sorter here. So the sorters are in this conveyor group. Like that. And yeah, just looking at the rotation, there is control panels on there, so if you have them sort of facing up and the arrow in the direction where you want it to go, then you can kind of, let me just show you, if you end up having, actually hang on, let me just put some blocks in, so 1, 2 of those. So if I went like you, and you, that way. Okay, so let's just weld that up. Okay, so if you have it like this, then you can still access the actual control panel for it. So that's quite useful. So I'm going to do that there, and then I'll just grab... Yeah, I've got parts for it. Grab the parts for a T-junction. And I'm going to put that in there. I just want to grab the parts, but I don't want to weld it up because I still want access to that. Okay, and then I'm going to put a cargo container here. Big one. The reason for the big one is that I want to put... have heaps of room for lots of ore, pretty much. So obviously, well, not obviously, but there's as much capacity in the drill ship because there's a small grid large cargo container, which is the same volume as a large grid small cargo container. So there is more in that than that single container will hold. That's why it's good to have one of those big containers. So let's just weld all that up, and I might just put some more metal or steel around the base there. Okay, so as I was sort of starting to say before, I'm just going through the process. We're creating a bit of a loop of stuff really with one-way valves. It would be better, I think, if I did this maybe out on the lake where I had a bit more room. I've kind of shoehorned myself a bit here. It's not the ideal spot for laying this out, so we could see anyway. But we will persevere. So yeah, so this is in here now, and what I'm going to do is actually maybe I'll continue to put some more sorters in. So this is going to be the ore sorter. So we'll call this ores, and what it's going to do is it's going to basically any ores that are around in the space anywhere, or things attached to it, rovers and ships, it's going to pull the ore into here. And what I'm going to do is going to put another sorter in here, like so, and sorter, there it is, like that. And again, these are like one-way valves. Stuff out, I think. And this one, we're going to call sorter ingots. So, ores are going to come in here, and they're going to get trapped. They're either going to be in here, or they're going to be in here. They cannot go through this once I set it up. But when this is processed, the ores into ingots, then the ingots are going to be able to get out and go into here. So let's put a cargo container in here. So this can be our ingots cargo container. So I have named the other one, the big one, as an ores container. And yeah, so we'll call this one cargo container ingots, like so. And then I'm going to put another sorter in, which is going to be called components. Okay, so now we have this circuit in place. We do probably... The problem's going to be is if we want to put components in here, maybe to break them down or something. That's going to be a little bit problematic, but never mind. Okay, so anything on the base, whether it's in there or wherever, or it could be a drill drilling out of the lake or a drill drilling out of there, it's going to come down here, the ores, and it's going to get to this. Now, we've got the option in here. First of all, let's go and we can choose between blacklist and whitelist. So what blacklist is that you can select any of these things in here and it will prevent that from going through. Whereas if you set it to whitelist, you can select what you want to go through. Okay, and it will stop everything except what you've selected. So, in this case, I want to go with whitelist, and I want to do ores. So that all the ores will go through and nothing else will. Okay, so now this is only going to let ores through. I'm going to do the same here with ingots. So we're going to set it to whitelist, and I'm going to do ingots. So now all the ores are going to go into there. They're not going to go any further than this. The ingots are going to come out of here. And then I'm going to do the same here with whitelist. So what I could actually do here is I could use blacklist and I could just say, don't let the ingots through. So we'll use blacklist. It's going to let everything else through, including ores. So, yeah, if the ingots are going to get stuck in here. So the ingots will be here and here, and the ores will be here and here. Then what we can do is we've also got this setting, drain all. And what this does is that the sorter will find any ore that's in the system, grab it, and pull it into its own inventory. So it has 1,000 litres in it, and then it will push it onwards. So it will grab it, pull it into there, push it on. The issue that you can get with that is it can create a bottleneck, because 1,000 litres a time is not a lot, and it's kind of about a second that it takes from grabbing it and pushing it. So for our drill ship over there, that's about 20,000 litres, so it's going to take 20 or 30 seconds, which is absolutely fine. Where it could become a problem is if you're doing some bulk mining, for instance, like had a drill out in the lake and you wanted to get the ice in here, because ice is an ore, so the ice will also go in here. So we do just need to bear that in mind, is that we are going to get our ice trapped in here. So we might just need to let ice through, or else we have another sorter somewhere that stops the ice going into here. But I probably do want to keep this storage. So what I might do is I might just add ice to the whitelist, and then it will allow it to come back out. Ice, 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 ice. Where's ice? Probably I for ice. Okay, so now ice can go through and get into the oxygen generator. So yeah, if you didn't have drain all on, then yeah, you would need to manually put stuff in. You can still manually put stuff in. You can, if I had a full container load in the ship, I could manually drag it through, which would be quicker than using the sorter. But if you just have the drain switched off, then it will be a filter, and if something was to pull it in, such as the refinery, then that would pull it through without any restriction. Or if it was the drill pushing it through, it would do it without any restriction. So that's just something to consider. Drain all will allow it to pull it from anywhere, but there is a limitation to how much it can do in one go. So now if we look in here, so it's already grabbed the ice, and that's kind of rotating through, because it's not only is it pushing, it's also grabbing it and pulling it back as well. So I might need to potentially, it might just be that I set up the O2 generator on this side out here somewhere and put a hydrogen tank out here, which is actually probably not a bad option. It is getting a little bit busy over here, so we might move that engine and the hydrogen tank over there. The sorters do not affect gas. Okay, with gases such as oxygen and hydrogen, as long as you've got a connection with green lights, you're fine. So yeah, so that's the thing. So actually, yeah, I think it's probably wise to put some hydrogen facilities over here and move it from there. So that'll be something I'll do off camera. Okay, so that's all good. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put you on a drain all. And so what we should have now is that in here will be the it's constantly rotating the ice, but any ores that come into the system are going to go into there automatically. Any ingots should end up in here, and yep, they're ending up here, I believe. We probably need it in here as well, just to clear it out and make sure that ingots get in the right place. So we're going to add ingots to here, and I hope this is all making sense. It's something that you just kind of need to experiment with. I haven't actually set these up in this way in a little while, because I tend to use a script or a mod these days. But yeah, it's just good to understand how these things work and get an understanding of it, because then when you hook up an ejector, a stone ejector or something, it just becomes pretty easy to put those things in place. So now this is filling up all with the ingots, which is good news. So it seems like we haven't got that much. We must have used quite a bit of iron, because I had like 40,000 and now I don't. So it was a good thing we got that stuff. Right, so that's pretty much that. This kind of is still full, because this is not on train. If we put that on train, we might find that it all ends up in here potentially. So it kind of goes to the next thing here. So this is going to put everything in here. Should be good. So that should just about empty this out. No, because we don't have a return into here, so we could probably just manually transfer it over and then even get rid of that cargo container. Let's do that wherever it is. Oh no, there's 31, it's in the industrial assembler. So it's filled up that, so I might need to actually swap this cargo container over to this side. Put the sorter under there possibly, because it's filling up this, which if I want to make glass, it's not going to let me do it, because it's going to say I've got plenty of iron, but I haven't got any silicon. Okay, I might need to fix that. Alright, so I've redone all that, and if I was to hypothetically, which is not hypothetical because I'm going to do it, put some displays in there, then they should, when they get produced, should end up in there. Okay, so they're in the right place. So in here is all our ingots, and in here should be all our ores, which I don't have any at the moment because it's all been processed. So that's working. So yeah, a little bit out of practice for me. It was good to, it's part of the reason why I'm doing this tutorial series, is just to sort of hone my own skills, revisit some things. So that is now set up. So yeah, anything comes in, if I mine some ice, I hook up this sorter, will pull the ice out of wherever and store it in here. this will only let ingots through. The sorter's under there now, and so ingots will go into here once they're processed, and then they're available for the assembler to use, and then once the assembler's produced whatever components, it's going to store them in here. Yeah, so that's worked out well. Now I've also put this sorter in here, and what I'm going to do is I am going to put a connector on. So this is going to be the last thing, and then I'm going to call it a day because it's been a very long session. Hopefully that's got everything I need. Let's just get out of here. So this I'm going to make into a little bit of a dump site. So this is going to get rid of all that gravel. So what I'm going to do is go like that. And we'll go into here and we'll set this up. So what I want to do is we're going to call this, we're going to call it dump. And I'm going to put whitelist on and just anything that I want to get rid of basically, which just for now is only going to be gravel. So gravel, but you might use it for stone if you've got too much of that. Gravel, gravel, gravel. Where's gravel? Where I left it. There it is. Okay, so this is only going to let gravel through now. And this, I'm not going to put it on drain because we can use the connector to drain. So connector, and this is going to be called a dump. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do collect all. So now this will collect all the gravel through the filter, through the sorter, hopefully. Yes, there we go, so it's grabbed it. And then I'm going to do throw out. Because this is under the voxel, hang on, we'll just get a better sort of view. Because this is under the voxel, it's going to dump under the voxel and it's going to fall down there. So what I'll do is I'll grab some that's around here.
Inventory full.
Now also just remember that just remember that you do need gravel for reactor components, but right now it's kind of just surplus. So I'm going to put that, tell you what, I'm just going to put that in here, and we'll see if it gets sucked through the system, through the ore container, through the refinery, and out. So I'm going to do let go, escape, and go into F8. And there it is. And there it goes. Off into oblivion. So that'll despawn when it gets far enough away. So that's just a good way to get rid of stuff. There are mods that you can get, blocks that will destroy things.
Inventory
but yeah,
full.
all I need to do is just, I can stick that anywhere and it will just disappear. I don't know if you can hear it. No, I can't hear it.
Inventory full.
I think I could hear it. So it can just literally go anywhere, and that sorter
Inventory full.
will get rid of it. Yeah. Right, so that's going to be
Inventory
that.
full.
Stand by one moment. Okay, it's maybe more than a moment, but I just put in these signs to make things clear. So, ore storage, ore's only sorter, there's ingots only sorter under there, there's ore storage, and the component sorter, and the component storage. So, it makes sort of sense, I hope. And I've also put labels on these ones as well, so items to destroy. And anything that I put in this connector will disappear into oblivion, but only the gravel's currently being sorted at the moment that will automatically go into oblivion. Right, so do not put anything in this sorter that you don't want to go. Right, but that's where I'm going to call it. It's been a rather long one today. Ooh, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And yeah, it's been good. I've covered off, I think, heaps, so it's probably been a long episode. But yeah, again, just I think some of the stuff that I've talked about today will just help with new players to kind of understand the game. It was really just a quick overview. I would just encourage you to give it a go, have a play. There are mods available for this inventory management stuff as well. So have a look at those. There's always help in the community, so jump over onto Discord, leave a comment down below, all those good things. So that just leaves me to say, I hope you did enjoy today's episode and can join me again next time. And until next time, as always, stay safe out there, everybody, and have a good one.